Hello, welcome to my 9 to 5. This is Perished Garden, where I don't know how on buttons work. Thankfully, I had under 11 seconds of voiceover before I realized that. Yay me! Um, throwing off my whole audio that I had in my little head. I'm more working on the tree, more gardening. Yay, see, this is a gardening channel. Told you. The only problem is I still don't know what I'm doing. Spoiler alert, I have extra spaces now than when I am literally starting on this video. You see how that brick thing is a circle? And it looks mostly closed up? Anyways, let's not jump around in the storyline here. Yeah, I am working on the tree. I took out the bulbs last time. So now it's just a tree filled with too much dirt. Is this something that needs to be done? Probably not too much. Yes. There's a lot of roots from a lot of plants that have grown there, a lot of roots from the bulbs, and a lot of crabgrass roots that are just in the way. And I feel that it's just not letting dirt do what dirt's supposed to do, healthy wise, with plants. Mainly what it is, a little bit of OCD here. The bricks are not flat circle, they are like crooked. If you look at it head on, especially from this angle where I'm standing, I know the light, the shadows is not fun to look at. But if you were to have seen this before I started removing the bricks, right where I'm standing right now, the bricks are like in a wonky, bucktooth, crowded situation where it's like they're tilted over. The reason for that is because right there is a root sticking out of the ground. It really bulges up. These are maple trees. And every house had one. Across the street, the roots of their maple trees were underneath the sidewalk. So if you were to look at the houses across the street from me, they are slightly higher than me. So that means that all the water is running towards my house. Therefore, all of their roots are running towards where water would go. And that would be underneath their sidewalk. So most of the trees on that side have been completely removed. There's just a few people on my side, me included, that are still holding out. I honestly believe that I'm the only one left. But definitely everyone on that side has removed these maple trees because the sidewalk has been getting damaged, and that is why. That's a lot of talking, especially for me. So what am I doing? I've got 2 buckets, and in between the top of those 2 buckets, I've got like some sort of wire mesh thing, and I use it to sort out rocks typically, honestly, but I like it to sort out rocks. It also helps me catch clumps of root and plant, and whatever bulb is left behind in this section, it is being siphoned out. These kids are crazy. So you see me there just shaking the dirt around, and the dirt pile is getting bigger. So there is progress. But yeah. Now, I have heard a lot of people, other gardeners and just people that know about plants say that you shouldn't fill the base of a tree with dirt the way mine is. First of all, when I first moved into this house over 12 years ago, that dirt was already there. And I've had it like this for over 5 years, most likely, most definitely. And it hasn't died yet. Am I going to be sad if this tree dies? No, because it does create a lot of damage. Do I have any damage to concrete around my house because of this tree? No, not yet. But as soon as we see any damage, that tree is going. So, do I care if the soil around the tree damages the tree? No. That is just my stance on my tree, on my property. Thank you very much. In case you were wondering. So why am I doing this? I think I kind of mentioned it, to clear off the dirt, to aerate the dirt, to fluff it up and freshen it up, to reorganize the bricks around this thing so that way they don't look like Goofy's teeth. And because my crazy brain said I had to do it. It must be done. So I must do it. This is the project I decided to do, and I apparently will die on that hill. That's it. Nothing more than that. Oh, and this is a gardening channel, and I had to do something gardening-y. So if you need motivation to just pull out those weeds, just be glad you don't have to move this much dirt. Yay. Honestly, there's nothing special going on. How much? I got 26 minutes of this. Jeez, that's a lot. Let's see. I started this early in the morning. I think after I had my coffee, but I really had my coffee quick. Like, it wasn't like, my 3-hour coffee startup like it usually is. This was pretty quick. Me checking the camera because I'm tired of the camera deleting stuff. I'm still having those issues, but we are happy. I'm using my little twisty tool. I like that tool that I have there. It helps loosen everything up. But look, there are still a lot of molds that I'm finding in random places. So that is another reason why I'm digging through this. To have better control of the plants and where they're growing. There is a lot of ants, especially back there where I'm digging up the dirt right now. Well, there is a lot of angry ants, and I have to put poison on them. That's another thing. I have a lot of ants here, which I need to go and really poison out my front lawn. I know, you shouldn't use pesticides. You have really angry red ants on your pretty plants where you want to smell them, but then all of a sudden something's biting you. Not nice. Oh, yeah. I'm also piling up all the rocks I find over here towards the left. You see a little pile of rock there, or a little pile of something. Those are rocks. I am going to use those rocks to build up underneath the bricks. And then I'm going to put liquid nails. It's, to try and keep them in place, because one thing I have noticed in the past is I will pile up rocks there, but then I'll see them kind of spew over onto the grass, and then like the gardener, like, does the weed eater on them, and they go flying. So it starts to sink into the ground. And as much as dirt being dirt and it sinking into the ground, that's not much of anything or anyone's fault. But the rocks moving could be helped a little bit. So I'm gonna put some liquid nails on there. And if you ever used liquid nails, as far as have you ever used liquid nails? They're not very liquidly. It's very thick substance. Item. Substance. Yeah, that's the word. Substance. Yeah, hopefully that would just keep the rocks underneath. I also understand that those rocks might also sink, when it rains and things are mushy and these bricks are really heavy, so they will go down, but hopefully they won't go away, because you'll see me later, I don't know if this video or the next one, you'll see me like really scratching underneath where the bricks are, and trying to get dirt off of there, because I do know that there's a lot of rock there, and I'm trying to retrieve that, so that way I could rebuild the bricks. Anyways, it'll be fine. Just want to let you know what it is I'm doing and why. So my camera overheated, and I had to go let it cool down, but I still kept working. Time has passed, and I'm further along. Did the buckets move? Yes, they did. You can see that on the right hand side now there's like a wonky pile. That's the pile of roots. Another thing that is coming out of this section is like chicken wire that I laid down. Oh, you see me dumping the rocks there. So chicken wire that I laid down to try and keep the gophers out. I do believe it helped. It could have also helped that I killed all the gophers. Yeah, so I am on my, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm starting my 4th pile of dirt. That's how much dirt I've taken out. I'm fine now, but my back is starting to feel tired just watching this video. Ugh, there's a lot of work. So yeah, that's there's 2 things that I'm trying to be very careful with as I take this dirt out and I am this far down. One is going to be the sprinklers that I have in that area. It's just part of like a drip system, little fragile, small straw-shaped piece of plastic. 2 of those actually. And the other thing is the chicken wire. So I don't want to break it, cut it, and misshape it. So with the tool that I'm stabbing and twisting to loosen up the dirt, I am also being very careful not to break the chicken wire. More spoilers. It worked out fine. I found all the chicken wire and I was able to reuse it. Yay! It was very tiring getting all this done. It took me 3 days, and I am extremely glad that I got it done in that time. Because it's definitely one of those projects where you could easily fall asleep for a week and be like, oh, okay, I'll start it now. We got it done. You see the little wire hanging over the bricks on the sidewalk there? That's part of the sprinklers, just getting it out of the way of those tools so I won't accidentally stab it. There used to be a sprinkler on the edge of the grass there, and it would just water the bricks and that little bit of grass. So it was a giant waste of water. So what I did is I took out the sprinkler from there and added a different attachment where I could add the drip system to it. And it comes in like 1, 2, probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like 8. I know you could like have like a big one where you have like a bunch of attachments, but I just grabbed the 2. No, did I grab the 1? Might have grabbed the 2. Either way, I changed it out and now I have 2 sprinklers on the tree. One near the sidewalk and one more towards the inside. If you see my grass back behind me here, there's like a patch that looks like a little bit yellower. That area used to always be dead because it didn't get any water. Now it's semi trying, and that's because that sprinkler that's more towards the yard also is able to cover that. So, doing better. And you see all the wires there. And me gently scraping everything and trying to pick stuff up. In case you're wondering, there are still a lot of spiders here. Lots of ants. They get mad and they attack the shovel. So yeah. Anybody else getting sleepy? Wow. Alright, I'm gonna put the birds a little bit louder. I'm fine asleep. So this project was 3 days long. I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.